Today in the battle arena, well, we got the battle between two robots. Well, I mean, not technically. Technically, it's an android versus a cyborg. But really, who gives a crap about technicalities, especially winning an awesome fight like this? So, who wins? Well, let's find out. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel. This is DanCo. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn notifications. Also, go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Link in the description down below. And sign off in the comments for any future videos that you'd love to see. Now, let's get into the fight. So when you think Vision, when you hear Vision, you might not really consider him to be that threatening. Of course, all that should have changed after watching What If. When Vision wants to, when he really cuts loose, well, I guess he can even take down Thanos. But what can our Vision do? Well, a lot of the times, he's just overpowering people who are weaker than him. Like overpowering Hawkeye, tearing apart Ultron Jones, ripping a bus clean in half. But he can also definitely flex his muscles, sending Thor flying, squaring off with Ultron, knocking back Giant Man, overpowering Corvus Glaive, even fighting against an evil version of himself. On the other hand, well, Cyborg was able to stagger Steppenwolf and even stagger Superman. And yeah, those kinda are his only two real strength feats worth talking about. He wasn't really flexing his muscles a ton in Justice League. But still, staggering guys like Steppenwolf and Superman, that's definitely worth mentioning. Definitely impressive. Moving on, what about durability? Well, I mean, obviously Vision can phase through attacks, that's always an option for him, but sometimes he just simply lets his durability hold him and do all the work. He's taken attacks from Ultron, he took some pretty solid punches from his counterpart, White Vision, and then was just slammed into the deep earth by his girlfriend, Wanda. Of course, there is a limit to it there. He spent like all of Infinity War almost on death's door walking around until Thanos finally did him in. But still, he's really tough. He's really tough. On the other hand, well, Cyborg was able to take attacks from Superman, able to take attacks from Steppenwolf, and was just completely decked by those two guys. And so, yeah, again, might be his only durability feats. Those are kind of the only two main villains in Justice League. But Superman and Steppenwolf punching you and you taking it, that's worth mentioning for sure. So Cyborg definitely got a massive upgrade in Snyder Cut. I don't know what Joss Whedon was doing with him over in that version. That's a whole big controversy I do not want to get into right now. But safe to say, Snyder did a better job. But look at it this way. Cyborg helped the Justice League fight against Superman and Steppenwolf. Didn't really fight against those guys on his own, though, and when he did, well, he was taken out pretty quickly. On the other hand, well, Vision has fought against Ultron by himself, and actually did pretty well in that fight. Now, that's not the end-all, be-all. Cyborg can put up a fight, but just talking physically, I would take Vision more times than not. But none of this is really even mentioning Vision's two best things to get going for him. His phasing and the Mind Stone stuck in his forehead. Now, Cyborg has his weapons too. He's got all sorts of guns, little blasters, he can make shields and actually just straight up create more arms. But that's not going to do much here against Vision. Like, hate to break it to you, big guy, it's not going to be super effective. Mostly because of phasing. He can just straight up pass through stuff. Like, that's almost a cheat code. That's almost unfair. Because it means that Vision can just let every attack that Cyborg throws at him just pass right on through. It also means that he can kind of sort of phase his body through Cyborg's. And by doing so, hurt Cyborg's insides, like here. That's going to be super effective if he wants to go that route. And then there's the Mind Stone. He blasted back Ultron. He straight up helped melt Ultron and melt Vibranium. He even downed War Machine with just one blast by accident. Cyborg can probably block it with his shield, but that blast is going to do some damage if it lands. But I don't actually think that's the crux of this fight, for Cyborg at least. I really want to talk about Cyborg's technopathy and his hacking, really hone in on that for a second, because I think that's where this fight is going to be won or lost. So in Justice League, we learned that when it comes to technology, Cyborg can kinda sorta do whatever he wants. He can control the world's banking systems, control nuclear warheads, control basically every piece of technology that he comes across. And he can do it all with just a thought. It's basically the easiest thing in the world to him. He's hacked into computers in the Batcave, hacked into Batman's Nightcrawler, hacked into Superman's Kryptonian ship, even hacked into and overpowered the mother boxes. Stopped them from creating the Unity, or at least stopped them from doing it the second time around, second try. And if you just look at what Cyborg's able to do, if you're looking at it from just his perspective, I think it is pretty easy to argue that he would win here. Just hack into Vision like you did with Batman, take him that way. Bing, bang, boom, Cyborg wins. Only problem is, I don't think it's going to work out too well for him this time around. Because Ultron can basically do everything that Cyborg can do. Hack into the world's banking, hack into and control basically every piece of technology he comes across, but he actually couldn't get his hands on the nuclear codes. Want to know why? Well, that's easy. Because Jarvis was stopping him, because Jarvis was blocking him. And then when Jarvis was combined with Mind Stone, and a little bit of Tony, a little bit of Bruce, a little bit of Ultron, well, that created Vision. And Vision was able to straight up disconnect Ultron from the internet. Now, I'm not saying that Vision can necessarily do the same thing to Cyborg here. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I think Vision has enough safeguards, enough skill of his own to stop Cyborg from hacking into and controlling him. And then it comes down to a physical fight. And like we said, Vision's winning that one almost 10 times out of 10. He's stronger, he's tougher, he can fly, and he's faster. And I'm definitely taking the Mind Stone and phasing over Cyborg and his guns and weapons. Yeah, I'm taking that almost every single time. Vision wins. But what do y'all think? Sign off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight, Vision or Cyborg? Also, be sure hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn notifications from the DanCo army. And I will see y'all next time.